Trivia question for you. Who was the nation's first president?
Well, George Washington, of course.
But did you know 14 founding fathers before Washington held the title of president? The Historical Society of Pennsylvania has a free exhibit this summer covering the years before and after the Declaration of Independence, a time frame that many people don't think about. They just hear 1776 and they think George Washington was the next day. Not quite so.
No, it's really not. The story begins in 1774.
I am listening.
That's the year the first Continental Congress convened in Philadelphia's Carpenter's Hall.
The famous Boston Tea Party has happened. Parliament immediately imposed what became known as the Intolerable Acts, and they need to respond to Parliament and to the King in a coordinated way.
An attack on one of the colonies is an attack on us all.
Prior to this, all the colonies have independent relationships with London.
So the people here were not thinking of themselves as Americans. They were thinking of themselves as New Yorkers or South Carolinians
That's
or
right.
Georgians.
That was their primary identities. They were British citizens.
The delegates gathered to debate strategy.
And somebody needs to run the meetings. And so we have Peyton Randolph, who's the first president of Congress.
The president of Congress presided over sessions, received foreign dignitaries, and signed official documents issued by Congress.
This is an interesting letter.
That's from John Hancock, best known for his bold signature on the Declaration of Independence.
He's writing to George Washington, and he's acknowledging that he's not going to be able to be part of this legislative effort because he's going to be commander-in-chief.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's a really cool letter.
As the Revolutionary War raged, the delegates drafted America's first Constitution.
The Articles of Confederation declare that each of these new states will be sovereign. They're like little nations.
With South Carolinian Henry Lawrence serving as president of Congress.
And I love this one because it sort of clarifies his title and his role.
The next president is John Jay.
John Jay's one of the famous legal minds of this generation.
He would become the first Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court under George Washington.
He's seeking loans. He's trying to get money.
Once the Articles of Confederation were formally adopted in 1781, Delaware's Thomas McKean became the president of the Congress of the Confederation.
And we've got letters from him.
Thomas Mifflin, who went on to become Pennsylvania's first governor, was president of Congress when the war officially ended in 1783. So we know this name because there's a Mifflin Street in Philadelphia.
Yes.
14 men over a period of 15 years served as president of Congress until the U.S. Constitution was ratified.
And the executive power, the president, is defined for the first time in that document.
And members of the newly formed Electoral College voted unanimously to make George Washington the first president of the United States in 1789. He took up residence here the following year. You were literally walking by these men. You were walking into a pub where they were having a drink. You were passing their homes. It was history in real time.
This really is the center of the revolutionary movement.
That exhibition at the Historical Society runs through September 18th.
Those reenactments we showed, that's a program called Cocktails and Congress run by Historic Philadelphia and Carpenter's Hall.